Alright y'all, Andrew at JTech here. Now I'm about to show you and explain to you how to do a manual recovery of your refrigerant out of your AC system. So first things first, you get your gauge set out, make sure it's a quality gauge set because this ain't one of them tools that you want to skimp on. Now you would check to see if the O-ring is inside of the fitting down there, which this one, yes it is, you can see it's right there. Now we're not going to be using the high side because we're just doing a recovery in this particular scenario. But you would want to go through and check all of your lines to make sure that they are not cracked or all your brass fittings aren't corroded and or leaking. You would make sure that certain Trader valves like that one there is in place. Next, what you're going to do after you inspect all your equipment, make sure that your recovery canister is working real good. You want to get your scale. You want to set it on your scale so you can see how much you recover. And then you also want to make sure that the oil is at the proper level in your pump. Now this is not because it's at an angle, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, so first things first, you would disconnect your low side hose. Connect it to your low pressure side, which right here is right behind the accumulator. Then you would open that valve, connect your yellow hose to the inlet port of your vacuum pump, connect your other yellow hose to the outlet port of your vacuum pump, and then go down into the blue side, your blue side on your recovery tank. Now you would open this valve, turn the pump on, open that valve down there, and don't do nothing else with that. That is self-regulating. It knows when it gets too much pressure put in it. Then you would watch your pressure, and as your pressure drops, the amount of refrigerant that you have in the system will drop. So while the pump's running, you keep an eye on that. Once it stops running, you want to let it run for a little while longer to make sure that you get absolutely everything out, as well as any other debris that might be in your system. Then after that, you would close off that valve, close off this valve, shut it off, and make sure that your pressures are equalized. And then you would undo this hose here, put it back on your set of gauges right up here. Take your low side off there, put it back on your gauges, make sure everything's tied up real nice, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now if you wanted to do a recharge, you would set that upside down, except now you would be connecting to the red, the high side. You'd flip it upside down on your scale if you wanted to reuse that refrigerant. Now, not all the time you would want to reuse that refrigerant. You would probably want to take it, get it disposed of, and put brand new refrigerant in it, because that may be contaminated and or have some sort of dirt or debris in it. You would not use your vacuum pump to recharge. You would just hook your gauge set up the normal way, and then connect that, and then open your low side to allow the good old juicy refrigerant to go into your system. And then you'd be watching your scale to make sure that the proper amount goes in. You would use your manual device to put the correct amount of oil in it, correct amount of oil with the correct oil in it, and assuming that you don't check for leaks obviously after that, after you get everything disconnected, and should be good to go.